What's up, everyone? So I'm here at Hersheypark on closing day for the 2023 season, and I'm having a great day today. So I just got off Lightning Racer. It's not racing, and yeah, we're going to talk more about that. So first, something that I want to point out. Because we're talking about this. Stop. Okay, come on. Wild Mouse or another photo hub? Really? And they're only running one side. And this is the year after Wildcat closed, and which was GCI's first coaster. So, I mean, I'm not saying anything, but because, I do work for Hersheypark, so I do know some stuff about the back of the business that I can't talk about. But I will just say the people who are speculating that there might be some sort of friction with Hersheypark and GCI, you might be onto something. I don't know that end of the business, but so I am speculating when I say that, but I do know a little bit more of the back end that I'm not going to talk about. But anyway, so yeah, I've had a great day today. I've already gotten 4 rides on Skyrush. I've gotten rides on Storm Runner, Fahrenheit, and Lightning Racer. So I've gotten on 7 things, and it's only been an hour and a half. And I've already gotten on 7 rides. So, I am focusing on what is not going to be open for their limited operations. So, I'm not doing Wildcat's Revenge today. I'm not doing Laugh Track, for example, that's right here. By the way, Candymonium! Didn't we just ride that? I so want to see someone do a coaster parody where they say something like that, where it's like a GP parent says that in front of Laugh Track, because, that would be hilarious. And like my little short, I'm going to say, give me the mousse, baby. Like to order some chocolate mousse with some Rocky Road. Let's play There's a Moose in the House. It's a real card game, by the way. But yeah, so having a great day with very light crowds here at Hersheypark today. And getting my last rides on the season here on closing day. And it's surprising to me that it's so dead on closing day. We're talking on Storm Runner, they had half the rows closed when I first got there. Around the time I got there, when I got there, they did open them up. But as I was walking up to it, half the rows were closed. What's the reason? Not enough people are here. So they're scared of it actually doing a rollback. Which, I don't know how Storm Runner could roll back, because considering the speed that it launches and the height that it goes to, I don't know how a rollback would be possible. But, stranger things have happened. But back to Lightning Racer, since I'm looking at the turnaround now. You can see it in the distance there. So I don't think it's getting RMC'd, but what I do think is likely is that it's on the chopping block, because the simple fact is that when you have a ride that when you have a ride that is right next to the water park, and it's from a manufacturer that the park has likely has friction with. I mean, there's only so long that it's going to be around when you think about that. And I mean, that makes me sad because that's a coaster of my childhood. But, you know, we enjoy it when we can. And I mean, even though it's not as good, not even close to as good as it used to be because it doesn't have the dueling factor. I mean, it was still fun to get a few rides on it. Looking at Fahrenheit back here. And I will say I believe it was 2015 when I ranked Fahrenheit really low. That was because I just had a grudge about the fact that was actually a school trip. And, well, everyone in my school group, like I was the only coaster enthusiast because it wasn't a coaster enthusiast thing. But essentially, the people in that school group were like, oh, I want to ride the loopiest coaster that I can find. And so Fahrenheit had a much longer line than it deserved. So there's a little thing about my personal history. If for some reason you have followed this channel for a long time. But, like, I mean, I do think part of the reason that it was so crowded yesterday and it's so dead today is that, I mean, it's the weather. Because, like, well, this morning it was raining. It's not raining now, obviously, because all the rides are open, including the ones that often close with the rain. Even Candymonium, which is the most temperamental to rain. But because of the rain this morning, also the temperature, like, I mean, yesterday it felt like summer. It was like it must have been approaching 30. You do the conversions if you want to for whatever system you use, and like today it can't be more than 15 degrees, so that's a factor for sure. I'm probably going to get another ride on Storm Runner and then do several more on Skyrush because, I mean, I'm just focusing on getting my final rides of the season here on closing day. I'll probably get some on Storm Runner, some on Great Bear. Not at all. But I mean, just thinking about it, if someone were to tell you they had a coaster season where they got 0 new credits in June, July, and August, but they somehow have gotten more than 30 new credits on the year and some pretty good ones, like I mean, it's like I mean, thinking about the new credits I've gotten this year, we've got, well, obviously Wildcats Revenge. We've got most of Magic Mountain, barring the rides that were closed. We've got most of Knott's, barring the few rides that were closed. Of course, the Jersey Shore parks. I mean, it's been a pretty good year for coasters, even though I literally got 0 new credits in June, July, and August this year. So, like, it's been a crazy year, that's for sure. But, I mean, now I think I'm in a place where I'll be able to get new credits pretty frequently. I'll give them a pass for not using a Wurlitzer on that kiddie carousel, because they use a Wurlitzer on their big carousel. Have not ridden the carousel yet in my time with this as my home park. I'm going to ride it next week during the fall weekend when most things are closed. Wildcats Revenge will be open. Candymonium will be open, so it'll be worth coming for me. But yeah, I'm gonna get another ride on Storm Runner down here. And something that I find odd is that, Remix, the supposedly new ride from last year, is always one of the sacrifices to staffing. That, like, there are some operational notes that I do have just thinking about it. So Remix is a fairly new redo. It's always a sacrifice to staffing. And the rides that they'll operate for the fall weekend and for Candy Lane, it's like those are the least popular rides, and they know it, and like those are always the rides that are sacrifices to staffing. So why is it that those are the rides that are open and it's not the rides that are more popular? Like, I get why you don't want to run Storm Runner because a hydraulic launch and in the cold could have damaging side effects, let's just say. But, like, why can't you run Sky Rush, for example? Because, like, where's the valley risk on that? Why can't you run Comet, the iconic ride that represents the legacy of Milton Hershey during Candy Lane? So it was just something that I'm thinking about as a passing thought. And Comet is still the most popular ride in the park, I will say, looking at the lines that thing draws versus other things. It's definitely the thing I've waited by far the longest for today. I mean, look at this. I mean, I am loving these lack of lines today, but yeah, like, I mean, I am absolutely loving Hersheypark, and I am sad that it is my second to last weekend living out here, and I don't currently have another contract lined up. So I mean, there's only so much that I can do, but like, I mean, I am absolutely loving living out here while I can. And like, as you can see, lines are pretty much non-existent today. So like, I mean, I guess you can take this as a lesson for when to come to Hersheypark, because the lines are pretty much non-existent.